Hi all, I'm gonna talk about the Hex bonus, how it works and how you can increase it or decrease it. And the information about the Hex bonus is a little bit, it's not that clear in many cases. I haven't seen any really good videos about it. So I was looking for this early on, but I couldn't find anything. So since I'm a developer, I wrote a program to test what what how you calculate this, what is the right way. And I wrote a program. It's called Hex Percentage Grow. I put it on GitHub, and as you see here, I just install it. And with it, you can you give it arguments. So start the program, and the first argument is the number of days you want to stake, and the next argument is the amount you want to stake. So here we stake 100,000 for 100 days. And as you see, that will increase with about 2,500 hex. You can also, for convenience, write this as 100,000 with a T and 100 million and even billion in that way. And then we can also change the percentage. The default percentage is 9.22, which is based on the assumption that 40% of all hex will be staked. And we're quite far from that now. So, but with the P option, you can change this to anything you want. So I'm going to put it at 19%, and then you'll see you get a bit more for your stake. We can also use another option, a V option, a verbose option. And with it, you'll get a little bit more information. So as you see here, when we stake 100,000, you'll get a bonus of a hex bonus of 5,446. And what is actually happening is that that is added to your 100,000. So that is the amount that will be used in the smart contract as the amount you have staked. And so if we change this to 10 days instead, then you see you get a very much lower number, just 500 added. And if we instead increase it, so we can increase it to a year, 365, then you see you get about 20,000 as a bonus to what you have staked. And you can see here, if we increase this, I use bash to calculate days a little bit easier. So we change this to, if you stake 4 years, you'll see that you'll get 80,000, and 5 years, you'll about double the amount you are staking. And we put it to 7, and then you'll see you get 140,000 added to 100,000. And then we can max it out at 10 years. And then you'll see you get 200,000. So you will be staking 3 times the amount you put in. And that is why it's much better to stake longer. The longer pays bonus, longer pays better bonus. But now we have maxed it out. So even if I put it in 12 years, you'll see that it's still, you just get the 200,000 as a bonus even here. And you'll get the maximum bonus actually at 3,641 days to be exact. And so this is the longer pays better. If we now change it and have a look at the bigger pays better, then we can start here with staking 10,000 for 1 year. And now you can look at added hex here as well, but perhaps it's easier or better to see the difference in the percentage at the last line. So if we increased the 10,000 to 100,000, then you'll see a very small change at the last decimal in the percentage there. But if we change it to 1,000,000, then it's at least a visible change, and we change it to 10 million. You see that the first decimal is also changing at least, and we change it to 100 million, and now we're starting to actually see some differences. And to keep in line with adding or getting 10 times as much every time we stake, put it to billion here, although it maxes out at 150 million, as I think most of you know. And here you see that we have a little bit more change in the percentage. But the bonus, otherwise, it works the same way, that you get the bigger amount that is actually being added to your stake. And that's how you increase. That's the only way you can increase. You can get the bonus. And this, I actually use a function from the smart contract. I tried different things from the start, and it weren't that good. And instead, I copied one of the functions from the smart contracts, stake start bonus hex, which you can find there as well. I had to make some small changes to it to make it run under C++, but otherwise it's an exact copy. And so that's why I think I'm getting pretty accurate results from this. We have some more options here. So if you can, for example, use the N option, and then you turn off the bonus altogether. So by toggling that, you can see what the difference is when you use the hex bonus, if it's used or not. So, and we have a help, so you can run the help option, H, and here you can see all the options and the argument what you could use, and most of the things I've talked about. And you can also see there is an option for the T, for the total amount of hex, and there is one L for the locked amount of hex. And that is because if you have those two numbers, you can calculate the percentage from those. But instead of copying those ourselves in, I wrote a small bash script that just gets those numbers and put it to the program, so you don't have to download them. So I remove the percentage, and then I run through that. You see that if we run it again, and I'll add another V, another verbose, and then we'll get the maximum information. Now you see the total amount of hex, and you see the locked amount of hex right now. And we have almost 13% of the hex being staked. And if you convert that to the interest, inflation, and then you'll see that those who are staked will get 28.5 almost in interest. So that's a convenient way of looking if you just want to look what the interest is right now. Yes, that is most of what the program can do. So please enjoy and test it. As you see, I'm a Linux user, so I've developed the program here. I always use Linux. I recommend that to everyone for development and for privacy reasons. But this can also be run on a Mac, because the Mac is, after all, a Unix system. And there was one who tested this, but he noticed that you could actually not put options at the end like I've done here, because the function that is being used to translate this is apparently old, or seem to be an old function or something. So it demands that you put all the options at the start. Otherwise, everything should work. So please test that out. And yes, that's everything. Have a nice day. Bye.